Okay, so let's just create this directory so we can access it and it no longer gives us a 404. So in order to do that, we will open up our console and we will navigate to the directory that we are in or we are trying to access. So what we will do is we will quickly write cd/srv/www/WordPress. This is just for ease of access because now we are in this working directory, which means we are able to do things quicker here without having to type the full address. So we will create with the command mk there, and we will just create a new directory which will be named WP decoy, because of course that's where we are trying to have our traffic go to. So opening this directory is pretty simple. We just use the same command, and here comes the funny part, because I've made up a little admin page lookalike here, which we'll also get. So in order to trick our hacker, we have to be convincing. So of course the first step of that is you wouldn't name this WP-decoy, you would name it something like admin page or whatever, just so the hacker doesn't instantly realize what's going on. And so in order to do this, we will have to create a new file, which we will do with nano, and just creating an index.php, because of course nano is, oops, we will not do this. Instead, we will copy this and then do this. And what this page will do is pretty simple. It will create a little form where it looks like you are able to log in. And if we refresh this page, we should be able to see that yes, we have to enter a username and password, but this screen will not do anything. It will not be able to log in anywhere. Rather, it will just trap our little hacker. So in order to find out what we do is you open this file, and let me show you that what we do is we are posting the results of this form into the file where wp-decoy/honeypot.php, and this is where our honeypot file will come in handy. And we will see that in our honeypot file, we will just open up doc.bitninja.io, and we will quickly look for web honeypot, and we can see that we have this honeypot file. And what it simply does is it sends the request, sends everything from this request into the port 60099, which is the port for web honeypot, of course. And you will see that we are sending everything that we get. So it's the server, it's the post, it's the get even, it's the file, PID and UID. So we are sending every data that we could possibly send to this login page. So in our case, it will be the post that is most crucial for us, because we are posting information with this form. But in other cases, it could be the get file or the file or the get or the server. It doesn't really matter, but we will find out as much information as possible about the attacker. So in order to utilize this, we can see that we have to copy it where the attacker can reach it, but we are going in a trickier way, because we are creating a really fake file, and that looks like an admin login page like this. And we are just sending the information that this login page posts to this file. So we will not rename our file into adminlogin.php. We are leaving it simply honeypot.php. But when you are deploying it in a real world environment, you should name it to like admin login.php or whatever. It's all up to you, but for the testing purposes, we are keeping it simple and understandable. So we are opening up the honeypot.php file. This will be a new file. As you can see, it's a new file. And we are simply pasting the code from this. And you can see that this, if you open this, it will tell that this is a honeypot file, please leave it. Let's just change it to admin login. Just something that doesn't really say honeypot, but of course, what would be the best in this situation is to repost this login page, but with reading it out and saying that you have failed either the password or the username. But right now, this will suffice, I believe. So let's save it with Control and X. Let's exit. Yes, we want to save. And yes, we want to save it under honeypot.php. So, since we have our index.php that will post information, and since we have our little honeypot.php file that will process this, let's see what happens if we try to enter into our login page. So let's go with course as the username, and let's just do something as the weak password, and we want this to remember us, and let's log in. And you can see that admin login unsuccessful, wrong credentials, of course. And if we did everything right, we should be able to go back to WP admin and have ourselves blocked. Yes, and that is the case. So our IP address is 3.3.3.8. So let's see what we can see in the BitNinja console. So you can see that we have been caught, and it's the honeypot.php file that did, and we can see that we have tried to enter the username as course, password as weak password, and we had the remember toggle on. So we can see every data that has been posted to this honeypot.php file, and the hacker would do the same. Of course, the hacker wouldn't go on by hand to do this. They would have it automated, but this way we can test it easily. So let's remove ourselves from the gray list. Let's choose all the traffic lights. That should be all, and let's click the list, and we can see that we are back to our login page. So this is how the Web Honeypot works, and just a reminder that the Web Honeypot file, this honeypot file, also works without this decoy login page, but it's just easier to show it this way. But if a hacker directly calls that file and tries to post some information to this, it will still get blocked the same way as it does when you're going through this admin page. So there's nothing to worry about there. And it's very good practice to do this on your admin login pages, because you can stop hackers before they are able to even reach your login pages. So good job. You just stopped a hacker from attacking your server.